Bas Lemmers won the WSK Supermaster Series to start last season. So we've got WSK champions on the front row of the grid, two of the finest racing drivers in the world. Forget the word kart racing drivers, I mean racing drivers full stop. Let's be honest, a lot of these kids racing in juniors in whatever category around the world think they're ready to go car racing at 15, 14, whatever it may be. If they think they are in the same league as the likes of Lemmers, Ardigo, Abbas, DeConto, Hayek, Iglesias, Vigano, yeah, I don't think so. These guys you are about to see in a few moments' time, absolute world class. We'll take a look at the grid for you in a moment. It is a 21-lap final. 24 karts to take the green lights. Well, actually, when the 4 red lights go out, they'll start the race, as has become tradition. Although the tradition did change after 100 years of tradition. We did have the green light. No longer the case. The only green lights we see now are at the traffic lights. Lemmers, watch him to rocket off the start. From pole position, just a few moments away. Don't forget, Castelletto di Branduzzo, south of Milan, in 3 weeks' time. The second round of the WSK Final Cup. And November 25, Adria Karting Raceway, the series final, the series decider at the incredible circuit. Around about an hour and a half's drive from here. It also hosts the car racing circuit, l'Autodromo di Adria, with another 24-hour car race coming up. Only a weekend apart, I think. As the karts go into life now. This is the KZ2 final, the WSK Final Cup. Absolute road racing missiles to hit the bitumen. Right here, right now. Here's the grid. Lemmers, Ardigo, Dena, Abbas, Simo Puhaka, Alessio Piccini, Andrea Dalle, Chalenta, Jeremy Iglesias, and the KZ2 International Super Cup winner, that is Matteo Vigano. Brandon Nielsen from grid number 11 is the Swede alongside Formula 2 racer. Welcome back, Alessio Lorandi, Paul Evrard, Filip Ugran, Ratul, Karol Simon, Damian Sekulic, the Croatian, Ališka Simonova, Andrej Serafim, Alex Tlusi from the Czech Republic, Axel Bankston, Marco Valenti, Jacopo Guidetti in the BRN kart, and Jean Louet from the back of the grid after not finishing the pre-final, but the Swiss driver has been in mean form this weekend. In touch with the leaders in the TM-powered CRG 105, but out of grid number 24. There is Lemmers, the Dutchman, in the orange and white kart. The French manufactured machine. Bas Lemmers looking to win here and take the series lead into Castelletto di Branduzzo in 3 weeks' time. Sidecard, of course, as I say, winning the 24-hour race of Le Mans a few weeks ago. With Bas, with Anthony, with TJ, and Alex. The second formation lap. Heat into the Bridgestone tyres. Bridgestone along with Vega. Control supply tyres. Tyre suppliers to WSK Promotion for 2018. We thank them for their support. As this magnificent facility, this is the centre of the karting universe. So many of the manufacturers located a very short distance from this circuit. A busy track almost every day of the week as you look at the enormous grandstand that towers over the 1.2 kilometre circuit. 30 years of operation for South Garda Karting. And host venue for the first round of the Final Cup. For 2018, we stand by for the start. 21 laps, 25 kilometres. It'll go past in the flash of an eye. Lemmers, Ardigo, the front row of the grid. Lorandi pulls into place. in the middle of your screen. There's Axel Bankston, Cosmic Racing Department. Don't the Cosmics look good in 2018? Ready for the start, Lemmers Artigo. 4 red lights, they are now extinguished and we race. Lemmers immediately pulls to the right in front of Artigo to take the race lead. Dana, a great start by the young Frenchman into third. Can he hold it? There's contact further back. That's Abbas. That's Anthony Abbas parked sideways at the exit of turn number 3. Can you believe it? We were just saying how the Frenchman had such a fantastic season. Anthony Abbas parked sideways. He has rejoined. He is stone motherless last. Emilian Denner is the best placed Frenchman as Lemmers comes under attack from the 3-time world champion, Marco Artigo. Oh, what a sensational start. Lemmers leads them across the line. Artigo all over the back of the Dutchman. Simo Puhaka slides sideways down the inside. He takes the Frenchman in the Carly cart. Denner looks behind. Right there is Andrea Dalle, who also has Alessio Piccini make a move on him. A move on him, literally, as Artigo around the outside and puts his left rear Bridgestone into the front of the Sodi cart. Take that, says Marco. Lemmers back to second. Puhaka into third. The Sodi carts may have dominated the heat, but here comes the green team. Artigo is the race leader in the Tony cart. Puhaka in P3. Denner has fallen back. Lemmers still sits there in second place. Anthony Abbas is still circulating. He's 24th and last. Can he fight his way up through the field? He's already taken Lelishka Simonova and Alex Tulusti. Next in line for the Frenchman, Ugran, Jacopo Guidetti and Carol Simone. It gets harder from thereafter with the Swede Axel Bankston as Lemmers looks behind on the second lap of this race, third lap in fact, of this race, 2 in the books. Up the back straight they go. Here's Artigo, Lemmers, Puhaka, Emilian Denner in the Carly cart, 1-1-0. Matteo Vigano, P5, 3 green machines in the top 5. Then we go to Francesco Celenta in the Praga karts. The former Italian champion as Lemmers winds it up. It's been a messy start to this, the KZ2 final. Artigo parks it in the middle of this 10-metre wide circuit. And Puhaka wants to join in. Lemmers is quick, as is obviously the race leader. He did fall back. He was about 4 or 5 kart lengths before. Behind the race leader, he is now the race leader. The Dutchman in the French kart leads. The response immediately from Artigo. They're almost stationary at the hairpin. They grab second gear and accelerate like missiles. Now coming on to the straight. The green karts 2, 3 and 5 with Artigo, Puhaka and Vigano. Emilian Denner, the Frenchman, still right there. Lemmers retakes the lead down the inside. Goes Puhaka on his teammate, Artigo. Oh, they wave to each other. They're not happy. Denner, can he take advantage of this intra-team fight? Artigo, Puhaka, did they make contact? Denner does not care. He gets involved as well. There's Vigano. He'll take no prisoners either as Celenta in the Praga kart watches this all unfold right before his eyes. The KZ2 final comes alive here at Lonato. Lemmers leads lap 5 in the Sodi kart. Puhaka is now second. The Finn, there's Artigo, Vigano, Denner, Celenta, Andrea Dalle, Alessio Lorandi, Jean Louis from the back of the grid. P9, head of Paul Everard. We look for Anthony Abbas. He's in position 16. His countryman, unfortunately, is the first retirement as Damien Sekulic goes through. Jeremy Iglesias, that is, the French driver in the Formula K kart, out after just 3 laps. What a sensational start to this race as Nielsen, nice move, goes through on Paul Everard in the Cosmic kart. Brandon Nilsson from Malmo in southern Sweden goes through, is now inside the top 10. He's ahead of Piccini, Rattle, Serafim, Bankston. And it's Anthony Abbas. Can he salvage something out of this? He was parked sideways right there on the opening lap. There he is going through. A problem for was that? We'll have a look for you in just a moment. Andre Serafim in the Intrepid kart. The Portuguese driver from Villarreal is the first retirement. Second retirement, I should say, because Iglesias is already out. That is a real shame. Cyril Rattel, also the Swiss driver. We look at his countryman, Jean Louet from the back of the grid. He's up into ninth place, and he's just set a 46.509, the fastest lap of the race. He's quicker than the leaders even on your screen. There's Lorandi going through in the 111 Parolin for Team Baby Race. Abbas, there is 144. He's just ahead. In fact, I'll correct myself, it wasn't Serafim that retired, it was Rattel. Cyril Rattel in the 104 kart is out, along with Jeremy Iglesias. So Abbas, you've got a glimpse of 144, ranging up behind Paul Evrard. And great drive from Brandon Nilsson, the Swede. Going wheel to wheel with Alessio from Tuscany in central Italy. Coming into view right about now. The top of your screen, there is the blue and yellow kart. Right behind Alessio Piccini, then it's Evrard. There's Abbas, 144. We go back to Bankston, Serafim, Guidetti, Valenti, Ugran. Eliška Simonova, Sekulic from Croatia in the Luxor kart. Remember, the reigning champions in the WSK Final Cup are the Luxor kart team from Sicily. They won the title last year with Francesco Iacovacci from the eternal city of Rome in the LKE-powered Luxor kart. Francesco not competing this year. We'll see him back in 2019. Damien from Croatia flying the flag for the Sicilian team as we approach half-race distance. Damien Sekulic in position number 17 at the moment. There's Emilian Danner on screen. 150 is Matteo Viganò, who took a sensational win at Genk in Belgium just recently, the KZ2 International Super Cup, where he absolutely dominated the entire event. Nielsen goes through in the blue and yellow gold kart. It is a paradox, isn't it? Nevertheless, he's driving superbly, just ahead of Evrard. And Abbas, position 13. He may get something out of this, despite that disastrous start. Piccini goes through with a huge punch in the front of his nose cone. We'll see if that's been dislodged. And he lose points for that at the end of the race. Serafim and Guidetti join the list of retirements. There is Abbas going through. Sekulic, a spot ahead of Eliška Simonova and Filip Ugran. And unfortunately, another driver from nearby in Brescia, that's Andrea Dalle. The 2014 European champion joins the list of retirements. We're down to 18. Lummers still leads by half a second over Puhaka. Ardigo still on the podium. The WSK Open Cup back here in June, 4 months ago to the day. Ardigo was on the podium. That race was won by Riccardo Longhi for the Biralat team. We'll see them back in 2019. The WSK calendar announced for 2019. The WSK Euro Series is back. We start at Sarno at the foot of Mount Vesuvius in southern Italy on March 31. Zuera Zaragoza in Spain for round 2 on April 28. May 26, Wackersdorf in Germany. And back here on June 23rd for the 4th and final round of the WSK Euro Series for 2019. All that information is available on wsk.it, where many of you are watching us live right now. This race with Lemmers, still the race leader. We're past half race distance. Puhaka and Artigol. There's Lorandi. Piccini going through with that bashed nose cone. There's a Bass. So Anthony on the back of Paul Evrard. The two French drivers, 11th and 12th. Paul ahead of Anthony. Chalenta going through, the former Italian champion for the Praga Kart team, managed by Cashman Bell. Chalenta in the Praga Kart. There he is from Napoli, ahead of Lorandi from Brescia nearby. Alessio Lorandi, of course, racing in the FIA Formula 2 International Championships after stepping up from GP3. He won the Margutti Trophy in KZ2 at this circuit at the start of the year. He's a stone's throw, a hair's breadth, whichever saying you would like, away from the dizzying heights that is Formula 1. Alessio Lorandi, always present at a kart circuit, and he is racing in this WSK International competition. Fantastic to have his stature of a driver as his stature here racing. Don't forget, he's a former junior world champion, KF Junior, back in 2012 or 2013 with the baby race team. And we'll round out the season at Abu Dhabi, the Formula 1 Series final in the Formula 2 car with the Trident team. Alessio Lorandi runs in P7. There he is, behind Chalenta. And a spot ahead of Jean-Louis. There's Piccini, Nielsen. Abbas has got ahead of his countryman, Paul Evrard. Back to the front, it is still 0.4 of a second between Bas Lemmers from Holland. Doesn't he work the wheel? Something else. The Dutchman throws that soddy kart. So busy he is. Simo Puhaka, 30 years of age from Tampere in Finland. These drivers absolutely world class. These KZ engines pushing out near on 50 horsepower. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 3 seconds when we go to Zuera Zaragoza on April 28 next year for the WSK Euro Series. These karts pushing a genuine 100 miles an hour in the old terminology. Or for our friends in the UK or the United States, that's a near on 161, 162 kilometers an hour. Here at Lonato, about 137. According to the telemetry, Artigol still goes through. Denner, a spot off the podium ahead of Viganò. Unfortunately, the driver from the Czech Republic off screen, Karol Szymon, has joined the list of retirements. There's Denner going through. Viganò right behind. Chalenta, Lorandi, Jean-Louis, the Swiss driver from Grid 24, now into 8th. Piccini and Abbas has worked his way into the top 10. Bas Lemmers, his teammate. Soddy Kart attacking the Le Mans 24 hours. The CIK Endurance Series, they won that race. CIG with Paolo De Conto setting pole position. They ultimately finished third, but it was Soddy Kart with Bas Lemmers, Anthony Abbas, Tom Joyner, the 2013 world champion, and Alex Irlanda. What a team that was. And obviously it proved the best as they took the win. Team manager Julien Dexmier for Team Soddy Kart. And they lead here this afternoon. Lemmers throws it sideways. Puhaka is catching him. As Viganò all over the back of Denner. Well, the green attack is on. Lemmers has been awesome all week. His teammate Abbas took pole. Lemmers took the heat wins. He won the pre-final, but here comes Simo. Puhaka in P2, Artigol P3. Three laps now remaining at the end of this corner. The gap down to 0.2 of a second. The Dutchman, the Finn, the Italian, 1, 2, and 3. 0.3 of a second. They throw it down through 5th gear at this newly extended part of the circuit here at South Garda. Lemmers looks behind. Simo is still right there. Then it's Marco. Viganò. Emilien Denner still carries the title of the fastest Frenchman here this afternoon. Chalenta, Louis, Lorandi, Piccini, and Abbas inside the top 10. One spot ahead of the Swede, Brandon Nilsson. 2 laps and 2 corners remain for Bas Lemmers. A difficult start to the season. He had a couple of 4th places. The Winter Cup right here. The WSK Supermaster Series at La Conca, 4th place with the Lion Kart team. He left them after just a few races, unfortunately. 1 race with KSW Virulat of Austria. That was just a 1-race deal. He's back. Bas Lemmers, can he hold on for the win? Not far from the checkered flag, but Simo Puhaka wants it. Lemmers, Puhaka. They wind it up as Lemmers goes defensive. This race is not over. KZ2, the final cup, as Lemmers closes the door down the back part of the circuit. Here comes Marco. It's now a 3-kart fight. They come across the line for the second to last time. Lemmers just needs to put the TM-powered Soddy kart in front of the Vortex Tony karts to take the win and take the lead of the series into Castelletto di Branduzzo. Watch him turn right and stay in the middle of the bitumen. Right there. Puhaka all over the back, gets the drive, gets the run. These Bridgestone tyres are being tortured around Lonato. Ardigo wants to win this. This is the final lap. It is not over. Down the inside, there is no space. Ardigo, will he take his teammate? Can Simo take the win off Bas? The final few corners. Bas Lemmers in the Soddy kart goes defensive. The final corner. He accelerates hard. Bas is back. The Soddy kart team driver from Holland takes the win, and you can't say he didn't deserve it. Puhaka second by 0.145 of a second, and Marco Ardigo P3. A sensational finish in the end. Boom, boom, Bas Lemmers is back. He takes the win, the first round of the WSK Final Cup. We take a look at the highlights. This is what happened off the start. A Bas in 1:44, the fastest qualifier. He was already in trouble there. And then it got messy. He was parked sideways after making contact with the CRG. Further down through the field, that must have been Andrea Dale. We'll have another look at that on the replay in later days. Lemmers, Ardigo gave the big don't argue. The cool Dutchman said, that's fine. I'll get you back. And he did. The green drivers, well, they had their own battle. Great effort from Emilian Denner. He finishes in P5, matching it with the best drivers in the world here this afternoon. But as they fought aggressively, Lemmers simply pulled away. It got tight at the end of the race just a few moments ago. The Dutchman for the French manufacturer went defensive. That's all he needed to do. The TM Soddy kart, the Vortex Tony karts. Bas is back. Lemmers takes the win. Simo Puhaka second. And Marco Ardigo P3 here this afternoon. Anthony Bas, parked sideways, stationary. After just 300 metres, does recover. He gets something out of it. And he finishes in position number 10. He's still 6th in the series going into Castelletto di Branduzzo. But the leader going into Castelletto di Branduzzo in 3 weeks' time, Bas Lemmers for the Soddy kart team. Puhaka 2 and Ardigo 3. That will be the podium in just a few moments. Bigano, Denner, Chalenta, Bravo, Sesto. The driver from Napoli. Jean Louet from the back of the grid, the Swiss driver 7th. Great performance. Mixing it in with his Formula 2 schedule. That's Alessio Lorandi. Piccini 9th and Bas from last, sideways, stationary, recovers to get something out of this weekend. He's 10th. Anthony still 6th in the series, going into Castelletto in 3 weeks' time. Bas is back. He'll stand on the top step of the podium in just a few moments. The podium presentation. KZ2. We wait for the drivers to make their way up to the podium here on this beautiful autumn afternoon in northern Italy. A titanic struggle between the French manufacturer South Garda and the green team. All weekend, and again, it was the French team who prevailed here this afternoon. We wait for the drivers to make their way up to the podium. The Bridgestone caps will go on. And after that, one final remaining here this afternoon. That's for the OK direct drive class with Lorenzo Travisanuto. Well, he's just about unstoppable. The reigning world champion. We'll find out that after this podium in just a few moments. We wait for Marco, Simo and Bass. And it will be Bas Lemmers who takes the series lead into Castelletto di Branduzzo in 3 weeks' time for South Garda. The drivers make their way up to the podium. The order as you saw it across the line, that's how they'll stand on the podium. No issues with nose cones or anything like that. The two green drivers and the Dutchman painted orange this weekend. About to be on the podium here this afternoon. It was a nail biter in the end, and one driver in particular. You know who? He's got a very big smile on his face. As the Bridgestone caps go on, Simo, Marco and Bass. We stand by for the podium presentations of KZ2. The first round of the WSK Final Cup, KZ2 in position number 3, the three-time world champion for the green team, Marco Ardigo. From Finland, also for the Tony Kart racing team, a great effort all weekend, Simo Puhaka. The Dutchman painted orange. He wins for the French manufacturer right here in Italy. This is the winner. This is Bas Lemmers. The third place trophy to Marco Ardigo of Italy. The second place trophy to Simo Puhaka of Finland. Bass is back, the winner of the WSK Final Cup Round 1 here at Lonato, Bas Lemmers! As we stand by for the national anthem of the Netherlands. The podium for KZ2 here at the Final Cup here in Lonato. Just a quick word with our podium drivers. Marco Ardigo, bentornato al podio.
Grazie, è stato un weekend buono, il tempo è stato dalla nostra parte, per cui è stato ottimo. La gara in sé è stata sicuramente molto tirata già dall'inizio, un po' di bagarre lì, giusto dopo la partenza, ma poi il terzo posto va bene per oggi.
Grazie Marco, ci vediamo a Castelletto. Second place, Simo Puhaka. You almost got Bass on the very last lap. Great drive all weekend, Simo.
Yeah, it was great weekend. Maybe could be one place better, but it's okay. Now we focus for the forward and look what's go.
Thank you, Simo. Oh, look at the smile. Look at the smile right here, Bass Lemmers. Bass is back with Team Sidecar. We know how happy you are, mate. Congratulations. A brilliant performance all weekend.
Yeah, it's been an incredible weekend this time because yeah, from the beginning of the week we saw that we had the cruise speed. I also would like to thank Sodicard and Kedri Sport for the fantastic combination because without them I couldn't stay here on the podium. Also, I would like to congratulate the colleagues, Marco and Simo, because they both are fantastic drivers, and I'm really proud to be on the podium with them because we are racing against the best drivers of the world. I'm very thankful for this great result, and big thanks again to the whole staff of the team and Kedri Sport. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bass. Congratulations. Right there, 3 of the finest racing drivers in the world. We've got one race to go. OK Senior. Can anybody stop the reigning world champion, Lorenzo Travisanuto? We're about to find out. This is Lonato, back in just a moment. Podium as you see it. What a great race that was. The nail-biting final lap, Simo Puhaka, Marco Ardigo and Bass Lemmers, world-class drivers in the KZ2 final. That leaves us with one remaining here this afternoon. Well, the eyes are on the boy from Pordenone in northern Italy as we prepare for the OK final. His name is Lorenzo. He's the reigning world champion. And in a few moments' time, everyone will be trying to beat him. He starts on pole position in a few moments. And we'll go through the grid for you shortly as you see the Lonato circuit on your screen. There are the karts on the grid to the right of your screen. Lorenzo Travisanuto, the reigning world champion. Oh, does he love hearing that?